If you want to hide apps on Google Pixel 10 Pro, then unfortunately there is no dedicated option or button that allows you to quickly hide an app. However, we can use private space to hide apps. So in order to set it up, we need to open settings. Over here, we're gonna go to the security and privacy. Scroll down over here in order to find private space. We need to verify ourselves with the screen lock password or biometric. Press setup in the bottom right corner, and now we need to wait for the private space to be created. Private space is like a separated environment. It's like having a phone within a phone, where everything that we have inside the private space is completely separated from everything that we have outside of it. So this includes apps, settings, data, accounts, and so on and so forth. Now, once we have this menu where we can create Google account, etc., we can press got it in order to sign into a Google account. Now, it's up to you which Google account you want to use. You can use the same one that you use mainly on your phone. You can use a separated Google account in order to not store the same information on the same Google account. After that, we need to agree to Google Terms of Service. So let's press I agree. And now we just need to select what kind of password we wish to have. So if you care about hiding the app and only that, then you can just simply choose the same password as used for screen lock, but you can also create a dedicated password for the private space. So this is what we're gonna do. Now over here we need to enter our screen lock password in order to continue. And then we can choose the type of password that we want to use for private space. And these options also include the fingerprint, so you can also scan your finger in order to be able to access the private space with your finger, but you can also press continue without fingerprint unlock, and then you can just simply choose what kind of password you wish to use. In my case, I'm gonna set up a pattern. We need to enter our password twice in order to continue. There we go. And after a short time, we should be able to see that we are all set. Alright, so let's press done. Over here, we can scroll down into the app drawer in order to find the private space. We need to tap on this lock over here on the right side in order to unlock it. There we go. And there we go. Here we have our private space with all apps that are installed in the private space. And like I mentioned, these apps contain different data. They are separated. So as you can see, we have duplications over here. And now let's say that I want to hide like Spotify, for example. So if I want to hide this app, I need to install it in the private space first. So I'm gonna press install over here. Let's go and search for the app. There we go. And now we can just quickly install the app like this. Alright, so now if I go back to the app drawer and check out the private space, as you can see, I have Spotify over here as well as over here. So the Spotify in the private space has different data than the data that I have over here. So essentially, you want to set up the app over here, set everything up, like your account, all the data, transfer everything, or sign into your accounts, etc. Whatever it is needed in order to make your app properly work for you. And then once it is done, what you can do is you can uninstall this app that you have outside of the private space in order to keep this one hidden in the private space. So this is why first we need to set up this app, because if you uninstall the app over here from your phone, generally speaking, then, well, you will simply lose the data that you have over here. So in my case, let's just simply uninstall the app. There we go. And you will notice that after uninstalling the app from my phone, I still have it in the private space. And this is, like I said, because private space is separate from everything that we have outside of it. So over here, I can still open Spotify, I can use my account, and so on and so forth. And we can lock the private space if you want to. There we go. Now, in order to access the app, I need to enter the password. There we go. And if you want to, you can even hide the private space in the app drawer if you don't want to make it that obvious that you have something hidden in the private space. So we can tap on the setting icon right next to the lock. Over here we have hide private space, and we can enable this option. And now if we go back and lock our private space, as you can see, it is gone. In order to access the private space after that, we have to use this Google search bar at the top, and we need to write private space. And there we go. Once you unlock it, it still be there in the app drawer, but if you lock it, it will be once again hidden. And that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.